We open not with a normal shot of our party, but with a shot of a single man standing next to a bubbling creek, an empty tree house, in a field of green with sun shining down on his face. It feels warm. It's bright, but it's quiet, except for the rustle of the leaves and the bubbling of the stream. Valdeen stands here now. Party vanished, weird druid halfling gone, and he stands by himself. What do you do?
Well, Valdeen looks around and doesn't quite know what to make of the situation. Where am I? What is this? He walks about a few paces, go over the water a little bit, maybe even kind of dips his hand in and splashes it about, see if it's real. Kind of testing what's around him.
Yeah.
Looking around. I guess I'll do a perception check if that's how we're doing this.
Go for it. Give me a perception check.
Yeah, let's roll some dice. That's a 29 for Valdeen there.
You stick your hand in the stream, you give a good look around, and everything seems pretty real. You know, everything is there that you would think would be there, but it all still feels a little bit off. You almost have an out-of-body experience where, like, you bend down and you stick your hand in the stream, and it's kind of like you see a side-angle view of it reaching down into the water, and it's cool. Like, you get the sensation of cold from the stream, but you don't feel the texture of the water. You don't feel the pressure of it. It's almost like just sticking your hand in a freezer. A nice, icy coldness.
Well, this place doesn't seem to be the place I was. I mean, to go, what is going on here?
And you remember the ritual.
Mm-hmm.
You remember Herbert setting out the incense and sitting there just talking with you. And you remember opening your eyes after you didn't hear anything and you were here. What have the night terrors been? Because we know you've been having them, but I don't know if we've talked about what they are.
Yeah, we haven't really described what Valdeen's seeing when he wakes up. It goes between a couple different memories for Valdeen.
Okay.
One of which is something from his past of waking up in the dungeon of Opara.
Mm-hmm.
Emaciated and malnourished and having spent over a year in the dungeon. So this is just this horrible memory of his past, and he just lurches awake from that feeling, and he's just feeling like that darkness creeping back again, and that confinement, that lack of freedom. He's remembering that moment. That's one of the night terrors he has.
Okay.
Another one is the recent death of Norm at the lodge, and being helpless to do what he's been charged with, which is essentially protecting people. In this particular case, Valdeen is a mercenary, and that's his calling and what he does. But right now, this group he's with is who he is supposed to defend and keep safe from that kind of harm. And he was essentially rendered helpless in that moment, couldn't do anything, and still racked with guilt about not closing up the window in that upstairs room.
Mm-hmm.
And so he is kind of revisiting that, going down the stairs over and over again. He's like going down the stairs again in the night terror, and he's seeing not just Norm dead, but everyone's dead, and it's his fault. So those are the two night terrors he's having right now that kind of go on repeat.
Yeah, okay, awesome. So you're standing in this field, you remember the ritual, and everything starts to move beneath you. You whip across the landscape, just sort of standing still while everything else kind of dematerializes and materializes around you.
Whoa.
When we see you flying across the frozen wasteland, we see you flying over the top of the Kodor Mountains, all the way through Varisia into Taldor, and we find you in Opara. And as the landscape transfers to Opara, it kind of zooms in and gets dark, and there you are, standing in the dungeon. And you look down, and you see your old, emaciated self.
Wow. Now this is something. Oh, Valdeen shudders.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking back to how he felt in this moment, thinking he would never leave Opara ever again or see the sun. Well, what am I to make of this? This is
your younger self stirs and looks up at you, and you guys make eye contact.
Whoa. That's a weird feeling.
Yes, it is. And you see him just look you up and down. And he has this kind of like really perplexed look mixed in with just astonishment and awe. What do you say to yourself?
This might not make sense to you, but you will make it through this. This is not your end. The things that happen to you happen for a reason. And in this particular case, you're going to appreciate your freedom once you have it again, in a way you never understood before. So don't give up.
You feel something heavy at your side, and looking down, you see your pistol.
Ooh.
And you can feel the weight of it. Like, it feels heavy. Starts pulling down on your side a little bit. Your hips slant slightly, and your younger self takes notice of this. And he stands up and he walks over to you and he puts his hand on the gun, and you feel it lighten a little bit.
I also put my hand on the gun.
Perfect.
Valdeen does the same.
Cool. You do that, and you both are able to lift the gun out of the holster. And you cock it. The younger you aims it at the lock on the cell, and it fires. And everything freezes for a moment. You see the lock has been shattered by the bullet, but the sound of the explosion is in slow motion, just loud and overhanging everything. And we go back, forward in time to the High Sentinel Lodge. And you're upstairs again, and you're lying on the floor after getting hit by this color spray, and you can see all of the glitter and all the sand around you. You're not blind.
Valdeen jumps up to his feet and runs down the stairs, taking him 2 steps at a time.
Valdeen, you run down the stairs in the High Sentinel Lodge, and you get to the bottom, and unfortunately, it's already done. You see the body of Norm.
What are you guys doing? Oh my God.
You see everyone else is still asleep. No one's gotten up yet. And you see a ghost of the creature, just a very faint outline, ethereal shape of this creature standing over Norm. And to the side of Norm, you see himself.
So ghost Norm is right there.
Essentially.
Yeah.
And Norm, you're looking down at the body, and you see Valdeen on the stairs. Norm, this is you. Zac, this is Norm.
Okay.
With all of the knowledge of everything that has happened between his death up till where we are now in the forest. Assume Norm has been watching the entire time from wherever he may rest.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I can I have a week to prepare?
No.
Holy crap.
And you guys make eye contact. Norm, you know this isn't the Valdeen of this moment. You know that this is a Valdeen from a future moment.
But I only see one Valdeen.
Yes, there is only one Valdeen.
Is the creature still there?
The ghost of the creature, yeah. Everything is frozen in time. And you see Valdeen darting down the stairs 2 steps at a time. The steps echoing in kind of an ethereal chasm.
I can't stop it. There's nothing I can do. This is just... It's already happened and I can never fix this. I can't change what went. I can't bring back Norm. I can't make Marge happy again. She's just gonna be mad. And it's my fault. Norm, I'm sorry for what happened to you.
This is really hard. Okay, hold on. Jesus. No warning. Like, no warning.
I know.
I didn't know it was going to go this way either.
I had a feeling it might, but I never asked Valdeen what his night terrors were. I assumed this was one of them. And I'm like, nah, we'll just wing it. It'll be fine.
I had 2 of them, so this is one of them.
Yeah.
Weird. So Norm from like current present day is like watching a flashback.
Norm finds himself in this flashback with Valdeen. And I think you also know that he recognizes you. Like, he's not looking at the body lying on the floor. He's looking at you.
Oh, Valdeen. You know that we knew from the beginning that this could happen, right? No one blames you. And Margie is angry right now, but she's not going to be angry forever. I know that. But no matter what, it wasn't your fault. Oh my goodness. I mean, you didn't come down and like slit my throat or anything, did you? I mean, no, did you?
No.
That's really who I want to blame first, is that little critter that did that.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. I really do, but can't help but feel like I should have done more.
I mean, honestly, I think you guys are doing great. You seem to be heading along quite nicely, even without my help. I was just kind of along for the ride anyway, and it was great. I appreciate everything that you did for me. You and Vasilisa and, I mean, even the donkey, like, you gave me a really great last adventure.
I guess there always is a way to see a silver lining, like you would say.
Oh, sure.
In any snow cloud.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I've always thought.
This still weighs heavy on my heart, but it seems like you're at peace with what happened.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can see that it's really, really hard on Margie, and that's probably the hardest thing. But I know that eventually she'll be okay. And, you know, if it's any consolation to anyone, it all happened so fast. I didn't even really feel it or experience what it was, so I'm just kind of here now. If you see the Mr. Bolka on the other side, tell him thank you for taking the burden off of me.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess I could pass that on for you, sure. Did that affect you?
I was kind of like in like neutral for a minute there. I couldn't go anywhere. Until Bolka came and agreed to help the rest of you guys. But I've moved on.
All right. I'll tell him. Anything you want me to say to Marge?
Oh, gosh. Just tell her that I'm looking down on her no matter what. I always spy her.
Yeah, all right, I'll tell her. Thank you, Norm.
Of course, Valdeen. You have nothing to worry about. Keep your eyes to the future. Don't worry about the past.
I'll try to remember that.
So you guys finish having this conversation, and we see everything start to dim for a second. Everything kind of goes black very slowly. Valdeen, you are experiencing a tunnel vision effect, essentially. And once things finally go completely dark, your vision snaps back. Everything is bright. It's almost overwhelmingly so. As your eyes come into focus, you are looking at Herbert and the rest of the party back in the meadow.
Whoa, who made it so bright all the... Oh, gosh, I can barely see a thing. Is the sun shining brighter than it was a few minutes ago?
No?
It feels about the same to me.
Oh, good. You're back.
Well, where did I go?
How did it all go?
Oh, well, I might need a couple hours to unpack that.
Well, I don't know if I got that amount of time, but
No.
I'd be happy to get a Cliff Notes version if you want to share.
Valdeen rubs his eyes and tries to, like, get his vision back and kind of right himself into the moment, being back in the physical world. I just went somewhere that was like here, but not like here. It was kind of floaty and different. It didn't quite feel like the real world. But
was it the same, like, forest?
I was right here. I touched the water and I kind of walked around a minute, and then all of a sudden I was back in Opara, and I was in a dark place in my life where I spent a couple of years in the dungeon of Opara, and I was there seeing myself in the dungeon. I even kind of sort of had a moment where I helped myself break free from the cell. Myself and I we escaped. It was kind of confusing. I guess you kind of had to see it. But for me, it just made me remember that my spirit can never be really contained and locked down like that time. I was there in that jail cell for years. I thought I'd never see freedom or the sun again. And it made me appreciate where I am now and what we have and what I have with you guys in this group. And Valdeen kind of has a smile that you've never seen before. He kind of actually smiles. Aww. And is like a little wistful almost about, like, just feeling this overwhelming sense of actual... Valdeen's probably hasn't experienced this very often. He's slightly happy. And he's like kind of looking around at you guys, and
it's a good place to be right now. Is much better than being imprisoned, for sure.
Yeah, I totally agree. And that was one of my night terrors that kept coming back, was being in prison. And it wasn't the worst one, though. And Bolka, I've got to tell you something. And Marge, I have something to tell you, too, that kind of comes from this experience that I just had in this dream state. I was whisked to the Sentinel Lodge, where we lost Norm. And that's something else that's been playing every night in my head, is that moment when I came down the stairs and I saw what had happened, and what I couldn't prevent, and what I blamed myself for was losing Norm. And while I was standing there in that same moment, in that same room, I saw Norm. And Norm and I talked. We had a whole conversation. And he let me know that part of life is letting go of things, and people get to experience the part of life they're here for, and then they move on. And Norm wanted me to tell you, Marge, that he spies you from where he is now. He still be spying you.
Marge looks down at the ground and then just turns around and kind of runs
Valdeen gets a little
towards the river,
teary-eyed as he's talking. He looks over at Bolka. Bolka, you don't know, maybe, or maybe you do as a spiritual man, but you essentially freed Norm from being stuck. You took on the burden that was holding him from moving on. And you now carried that burden. He thanks you for it. And Norm told me to look to the future and stop looking to the past.
I want to look back at Marge and make sure she's not like drowning herself.
No,
Cool.
she's on her knees at the edge of the river just crying.
Okay.
Vasilisa's going to kind of edge over and not try to like interfere with Marge's grief process, but just pass her. No, she's passing her one of her like scarves and just kind of sitting back and giving her some space, but not too much space, just in case.
She'll take the scarf and start dabbing her eyes.
Valdeen kind of wipes away, tries to stoic himself a little and wipe away some of the tears and emotion, put back on his his typical, more controlled demeanor. And well, thank you, Herbert. I think that I think I'm all better now.
James, real quick,
Yeah,
remind
what's up?
everyone what Herbert looks like right now.
He
No, he put
he's
on-
wearing a sack.
Oh.
I thought he
wearing
took off the sack and replaced it with something else, didn't he? Oh, it's the
took off-
handy haversack?
Yeah, he
No. This is the bag from
the
Oh,
robe
yeah.
of,
the
robe of useful items.
sack
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
the robe of useful
Yeah, he's wearing
items.
Pulled out the sack, put on the sack.
And he had
Okay.
some other.
Yeah,
like,
he's wearing basically a burlap sack as a onesie.
And he's like a little old gnome.
Yeah, he's
he's
a
a
halfling.
halfling.
Yeah, he's an older halfling, and he also has a 10-foot pole, just like
Yeah.
by his
Just
side.
happy with it.
And there was one other item that I don't remember because I shit
Mirror.
at
Mirror.
notes. And
He has the mirror.
He has a mirror. Yep, a big tall mirror strapped to his back.
that's a drawing for somebody if you want to tackle that one.
Yep, that's what he looks like.
And I just
Now I have a good
cool.
mental
That's
picture.
that's neat. Glad it worked for you. Yep.
well,
So you guys want you want to live here with me forever?
No, we are spending one night, Herbert.
Oh,
One night.
that's good. It's gonna be a fun night. And he gives you a wink.
Oh,
we have to get some rest there, Herbert. We've got a plan to go somewhere.
All right, that's cool. And he bites into an apple that he just picks up off the ground. He's like,
oh yeah, there's just fruit.
Food.
That's
There's just
right,
fruit
everywhere from the
everywhere.
horn of plenty.
yeah, he just emptied it like
A pile of
3
food.
times.
Like a produce truck tipped over.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Well, I want to go check on Marge a little bit, but like from
You do
from
that.
a distance.
From a distance?
From
Okay,
a
roll
distance,
perception minus
Marge
5 for
looks
the distance.
Just fine
Sure.
over there.
Be like, how are you doing, Marge? I don't want to get too close. I don't want to upset you. I'm not really gonna roll a perception, am I?
No, you're not. Okay. You're fine.
The GM
You
said
can,
it.
You can role play it out.
The
You're
GM
fine.
said it. Thought I had to do it. So does she? When we walk up, does she look composed?
Not really. She's just sitting, looking down, holding Vasilisa's scarf in her hands, and you can't probably really see her face much because she's like, more curled into herself.
What the fuck did you do to her? It was kind of a dick move, I guess.
I didn't. No, that's not.
Shit.
Well, you were supposed to help me. Now you're making me feel bad again.
Well, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. Hold on. Let's go over here. And Herbert walks over to you, Marge, and he goes, "Do you want me to knock you out and make you go on a spirit journey, just like your friend did over there? I mean, he seemed troubled, and that helped him. So maybe it'll help you."
Vasilisa's face goes through so many expressions. She hears, "Do you want me to knock you out?" She eyes the 10-foot pole. She goes, "Wait," and starts readying herself. He continues to say spirit journey. She settles back.
And you see he has one of the incense twigs that he made, and he like sticks a finger in his ear and he pulls out a big glob of earwax and he just like wipes it on it and like starts to mold it a bit better. And he's just like, direct eye contact with you this entire time. He's like, we can do it.
She's not making direct eye contact with anybody.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
He's staring at you. And everyone who looks at Herbert, his eyes aren't blinking. They're not moving. They're just staring at you. He's like, I can help you too, maybe.
She shakes her head. No.
Oh, all right. Well, would you like a pear? Yeah, I'll just leave you a pear.
And then she stands up. I need a little time. And then she starts walking down
Where's
the river.
Ghost? Because if Ghost isn't there, I'd want to go
Send
bring Ghost over.
Yeah.
Feel like she needs.
I imagine Ghost would be nearby, not really knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
Dynamics just changed kind of drastically.
Yeah, I think Ghost is kind of off to the side, and as you start to walk off, Ghost is going to follow behind you like 30 feet. Just like keep you in sight, but also give you space until you tell Ghost to come or whatnot.
Or back off.
Get the fuck out of here, Ghost.
Ghost runs away crying. Everyone starts crying because it's such a sad sight.
Yeah.
No, I don't think she would do that. At least not at this point. I can't promise the future, but
Vasilisa is awkwardly shooting glances towards Kappa, the other recent widow, and she's like, how's Kappa doing? Is everyone crying? Is Kappa wondering if her husband too spies her from the great beyond?
Is just like holding on to her kiddos.
Oh shit, the kids are there too.
Yeah. And she's just
They saw a naked halfling.
They saw a naked lots of us. We were having a great swim earlier.
It's true. So were they. Yeah, it's just they're there. So scary. Everyone's just kind of like
They're having a snack.
they're just off to the side watching.
like,
Like, okay, this is some personal shit that we weren't around for. We feel like we shouldn't butt in. This is your guys' situation. We haven't been invited to the conversation, and it's personal, so we're just gonna stand over here. Very awkwardly.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
And Bolka's kind of in that same, or at least a similar boat, because he met you guys after the fact. And it's just been like, oh, this is a brand new widow, and she's going to have to go through some stuff, and he knows that, but he's not going to presume to be able to comfort her or anything. Yeah. He definitely doesn't want to make her feel like she's doing anything wrong. So he's just kind of giving her space.
As Vasilisa eyes Kappa and the kids, she also sees Gary and thinks, oh, wait, and looks at Herbert, and partly to distract him from staring deeply at Marge, she says, oh, Herbert.
Yeah.
I don't know how powerful of a druid you are individually, but could you do something about maybe missing finger digits?
Well, let me see if I know the spell regenerate.
Oh, yes, because Gary here, you may have noticed, had a very bad day in the past few days here. Last week was not so good for him. Or any of us, as you've noticed.
Just has to be on the list.
And he has to be super high level. It's a high level spell.
He's pretty tough.
But yeah, that's why I thought I should ask. Also, on a meta note that only our Patreon patrons know about, I'm interested to see Gary's response if someone can cast Regenerate on him.
Whoa.
Oh, then I'm not going to say more because I don't want to spoil it. You all have to pay $5 to find out. What?
Well, I mean, I've seen other members do that kind of thing before, but I've never done it. I don't know if I can. I got a cousin who might be able. You still got the fingers? Still got the wigglies?
No, I don't.
No,
Gary,
they were. I left them in the snow. Oh. Tough luck. Nope, can't do it. I mean,
you
maybe
could have maybe if you had the fingers.
I know someone who might have been able to do it if we had the fingers, but if you don't got the fingers, then it's gonna be it's a hard one. The leader of the order might be able to do it, but I don't know where she is right now.
Do you have a way of communicating with your order and?
Kinda. I could send them messages or little foresty creatures and stuff, but we have a place where we meet up every once in a while.
Is it... And Vasilisa groans heavily. Is it in Irison?
Yeah.
Everything is in Irison. I hate it right now.
Yeah, everything in Irison's in Irison. That's kind of how it works, but I'm sorry, Gary. I don't think I can do anything for your fingies. That is okay. Thank you for asking, though. I'm sure it will.
At least you have a couple. You know, like you got the thumb, right?
Yes, I do have a thumb. I got a thumb, and I have another full hand. Hooray!
I'm sorry. I blame Bolka, though. Vasilisa whispers and winks a little.
But Bolka is...
The reason that you had your fingers cut off. Yeah, I watched it through a window.
I don't think
saw
so.
The whole thing.
The captain did that. That wasn't Bolka's fault.
Okay, yes.
The person that did the bad thing, we've established this now. It's something new Valdeen's learned. The person that did the bad thing is the one responsible, not someone else who was tangentially related.
Yeah, the guard captain was
fair.
a piece of shit, and honestly, I had it coming to me.
No, Gary. Why would you have that coming to you?
I did a lot of bad things as a guard that you're supposed to do when you are a guard, but...
Gary, now you can look to the future, though, like me. So what we're doing is we're looking forward, not back at the past of the things that are bad.
Yes, that's right. In the future, I get to see my family.
Right, yeah.
And...
remember that. Focus on that.
Yes.
Yes.
Valdeen glares at Vasilisa.
Look, okay. Maybe I too need some variety of spirit journey, I guess, but I'm not letting Herbert do it. Sorry.
Couldn't hurt.
Wow, it's a little pointed, but okay.
Solo sessions are scary, though.
So true.
All right. Yep. Okay, gonna eat the banana now.
This is probably his first banana.
Yeah.
Do you need help peeling that banana, Gary?
Yes.
Valdeen assists Carrie so he can enjoy the banana.
Hooray. Yep, here we are. All right.
Later, I will teach you to crack egg. It's possible to crack egg just one hand.
I've been practicing that. I'm good at it now.
That's a fun one.
I can
He
do the
learned
one-handed
from
jump hack.
watching Audrey Hepburn get taught how to do it in Sabrina.
Yep.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
The teenage witch?
It's all in the wrist. Yeah. What's up with Marge? Going on a little walk. On a walkie poo. How far away is she going?
White throne.
Wow. Okay. Going for it.
She's just like,
Get it, Marge.
Oh, fuck this. I'm out of here.
Yeah, what's going on with Marge?
I
She
think
kind of wanders off. I take it everyone lets her.
I mean,
Probably a good
If it
idea.
seems like that's what she needs in the moment.
she's just going to follow the river far enough down to just out of sight. Boy, her head is all over the place.
You can still see Ghost kind of like a bit of a ways back, just kind of following along. And when you stop, Ghost stops and just kind of sits down.
She'll sit down and motion Ghost over.
Cool. Ghost comes over. I want you to roll me a perception check, Marge.
Okay. 23.
Okay.
He's rolling.
He's rolling way too many dice over there. He needs to stop that.
Stealth checks for like a dozen somethings.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're good. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
what?
Those were
Yeah,
the sounds of
I
everything
mean-
being fine.
I think your heart is probably racing a little bit, and your senses feel kind of heightened because you just had a really big like adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
However traumatic it was.
Right.
So like your ears are kind of a bit more twitchy, and you can feel the grass a little bit better. All the sounds have been amplified, and you're just sitting there with Ghost.
Yeah, I think it might take her a few sitting there. I think she's just in her head.
Yeah.
But she'll be petting Ghost
Okay.
as she sits there.
What's everyone else up to?
So that was weird. Maybe I mean, he feels good that the spirit actually thanked him.
Yeah.
But man, it just makes him feel so weird about Marge. Because he feels connected to it in a way that he like had no intention and doesn't really fully understand. He might just be hanging out with Orm and Mjolnir.
Cool. He's playing with
like
kids.
the people that he's comfortable with and he knows, because this is, he feels like everything's kind of delicate and fragile and he doesn't want to upset it further.
Yeah.
He feels like he needs to just kind of watch and see if he feels eventually that he is needed. But right now he's just trying to stay out of the way, honestly.
Okay.
What Marge is going through is very related to love, but it's like not his wheelhouse.
Yeah. Vasilisa, what are you up to?
Vasilisa is just kind of keeping a vague eye on everything, but while it's like a comfortable summer-like place, she's going to pull out her nice Haro box with the mat and just spread out her Haro, and she's just gonna kind of sit and chill with her deck.
Okay.
Because she has been forced to do that when it's freaking cold and stupid early, because she does it before they travel. So she's just going to do it just to kind of enjoy some time with her cards in the middle of the day.
Nice. Valdeen.
Valdeen's doing a quick just once over of all his gear, cleaning up his gun, making sure his gun's working properly.
Bit more pep in his step this time.
Yep.
So technically, Valdeen and Vasilisa are both managing their weapons.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very neat. Marge, how long do you stay out by the river?
Oh, what time is it again? Is it still? Because I know we said we would normally have a few more hours of travel, but
It was like
stopped
afternoon.
a
Late
little
afternoon.
Yes,
earlier.
late afternoon,
Late
right?
afternoon. So the sun is still up for a little bit then.
Yeah. Probably 1 or 2 more hours.
Okay. She might take her time, like 30, 45 minutes, something like that. It wouldn't be a quick, like, 10-minute thing or anything. I think she'd be there for a little bit. He's playing with his dice again.
He's just doing it to mess with us.
It's just how many fish swim past you while you're there.
Right? Yeah.
At least one.
Do the fish talk to you? Are they bebble fish?
Hi there, Marge. My name's Fishy. I like to blow bubbles.
Turns out it's just Herbert, and he's wild shaped again.
I like that.
She takes her spear. Dinner.
Why have you wounded me, Marge? We were to be friends.
Does a Spear of Manhunter kind of work on a halfling? Like a little bit?
Only halfway works.
Halfway?
Halfway works.
Yeah.
Okay. So Marge is gone for like 45 minutes. Sun starts to get lower and lower. Herbert is just playing with his big ass stick. He's poking things with it from 10 feet away. He's like,
Not an ass stick. It's not hyphenated, right?
this is wonderful. Good trade. Good trade.
And since the sun is starting to go down, when she comes back, she'll probably come back, just silently start setting up her tent.
Okay. Cool. You come back, start silently setting up your tent. Gary and Kappa have already set up kind of respective areas, and they have a little fire starting to go.
I'm going to go see if she needs any help. Oh, welcome back, Marge. Can I assist you with your tent?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay, well, if you need any help, if you need any food, I believe I know where you can find some.
The pile of produce just lurks in the background.
Yeah, you guys look over, and there's a couple bats just starting to like pick through the fruit.
There's plenty there. She'll just kind of nod and keep working.
Okay. It sounds like it's going to be a pretty solemn evening.
Yeah.
Whose fault is that, James?
Fucking Herbert's, man.
Yeah, the person that did the
person
thing is
that
at
did
fault.
the
It's not
thing.
the other guy who was nearby.
And Herbert's kind of like, he's like, yeah. And he sees everyone's kind of saying, he's like, no.
He's reading the room.
He's
Okay.
reading the
Good-
room
Good job,
finally.
Herbert.
And he's like, I'm going to fix my house and go to bed. If anything happens, just scream real loud, and I'll hopefully be able to do something.
Is there any kind of predators you're worried about in here?
No, I
Okay.
don't think so.
right.
I mean, there's animals. There's like probably some lions and some bears.
Well, oh my.
Elk can be pretty scary. There's the morgues. I mean, they're all just normal animals. And remember, I'll just be in this cabin over here, all alone. And he like gives the crowd a once over, and he's like, by myself in that very spacious cabin where no one can see me in my comfy haystack.
I mean, Bolka can still see you. Bolka sees all.
But be careful, because I sleep naked. Wink.
We're
Just
all
kidding. I'm
trying
not
to
kidding.
avoid eye contact.
All right, well, that's fine. That's fine.
Just looking
If
at
anyone gets lonely. All right.
I don't think Bolka's avoiding eye contact. He understands
and
this.
Herbert's just like walking backward slowly, and he gets into his little stick treehouse, and he closes the door and goes, "Oh wow! Look how nice it is in here. Sure looks better than a tent. Ooh, and who's this sexy halfling?"
He's just bragging now.
Still no takers? Well, you can't blame me for trying. Good night. Wink.
He says.
He says the word wink.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Vasilisa is considering just setting the bear trap directly outside of her tent. Just in case.
I feel like this might bring Marge and Vasilisa closer together.
We're both going to be sad sacks, or we're...
Well, it's like the people who Norm's ghost didn't appear to and have messages for and talk to. Like, Bolka's so important and Valdeen's so important that Norm just wants to hang out with them and have conversations post-mortem.
I'm sorry. Is the spirit world sexist?
I just get along better with dudes.
Talking with dudes.
No comment.
Well, shit, now I feel bad. Am I sexist? Fuck.
No, I think it just happened to go that way.
Mm-hmm.
And Marge wakes up and has a present. And look, Vasilisa, it's Yosef. He's here now. Woo! All better.
All better.
So once Marge's tent is set up, does she just go to bed? What's everyone else doing? Herbert's locked himself away in his pervert hut.
Okay.
Do we need to set up a watch? Valdeen regrets asking out loud.
Yes, obviously. We may forget it for a moment because we are in the middle of this beautiful druid-created space, but we are still in the middle of Irison too,
I
and
think Vasilisa will always need a watch for a while.
Always
for
need to watch.
forever, you mean? No, who sleeps without having their back watched? I'm already regretting the years in Hildren of not just, being ready for anything, but at least I had a door, Psh.
But the goddess has our back. Like, even while we are sleeping, she knows when we are awake. She knows if we've been bad or good. She is always watching our back.
Oh, yes, all of the many gods and goddesses definitely never let anything bad happen to anybody. Bolka is definitely the most powerful deity. I mean, come on.
Zing. Yeah, that was a good one.
Bricks!
What's going on? I'm here. I've always been here. I've just been, you guys have been dealing with your own shit. And I don't feel like I should be involved, even if I was there when it happened. You guys didn't like me then, so I'm just...
Honestly, they have known you longer than they know me.
That's true, but they liked you first. I don't know if they... I don't mean to talk like none of you are here.
No, I mean,
But
technically...
they don't like me yet.
They did seem to hate you when you first showed up in Wildspeed.
Technically,
I think they still do, which
was
is
already in Irison. when the Sentinel Lodge sad stuff happened with Norm, though.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
We
You guys
couldn't
didn't-
blame you
I
specifically.
mean, you could, and I wouldn't blame you if you did. I get
Well,
it. Like,
look, if I'm not allowed to blame Bolka for Gary, then I definitely don't think anyone's allowed to blame you for Norm. Obviously.
Unless you're the person who did the thing. Because if you're the person who did the thing, you get
Yeah,
the
if you
blame.
guys are going to keep saying Norm's name over and over again, she is just going to go into her tent. Marge.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel shame.
I mean, it's like, oh,
She's just
I
like,
just,
all right.
no, it's fine. No, it's not. Yep. Takes a long sip out of a thimble.
Is it coffee this late at night?
Zach's face right now.
He's waiting for us to make eye contact with him. I'm not doing it. So can I ask this is Zach talking. Is Vasilisa still like her heightened paranoia? Is she extra paranoid still?
Yes.
Okay. 'Cause
Like,
that's why
her
I was-
normal paranoia is higher than usual.
Look, if you're going to keep
Yes.
saying Norm, Marge is just going to...
Oh, no. Her usual state
of ratfoot
is
paranoia.
worse.
Okay, because that's
Yeah.
why Bolka was like, I think we always need to have a watch, because he can tell like
can
you're
tell.
you're just extra. Don't trust anyone. Like I do not think she even trusts the party.
I mean, some more than others, I guess. Vasilisa is going to strongly suggest that no one else go to bed without planning a watch. And then she's going to try and enlist Hatch in helping her squish some of these fruits into her water skins to make some fruit punch that we can take on the road, because you can't waste good, fresh stuff.
Yeah, he starts punching some fruit.
Nice.
Boom.
Helping my friend.
And they have Everclear. We can add just a little bit of Everclear.
Oh, you know, Hatch. We could start a juice business,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah. Sell it for.
I wonder what
money.
it would be like to mix some of this fruit with some of the far too plentiful ice. Like a fruit ice. Maybe it would make ice less stupid.
You combine the fruit with the ice and you mush it up. You call it a mushy.
A mushy.
A mushy.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds good. You want me to go get some ice?
I'm still vaguely considering how we are infiltrating White Throne. And we could just be very obviously trying to sell a bunch of silver ingots that we definitely didn't steal from witches. But also, maybe safer to be, I don't know, mushy merchants. But that sounds silly when I say it
Yeah.
out loud.
Once we get to Elsprin, we will have a better idea of how to get into the White Throne.
We should make our plan once we get there. That's what I think we're going to meet up with some
True.
folks
Yes,
perhaps
we
there.
do not
Yes.
have all the information.
Fair.
They will give us more when we get there, and we will.
We
know
will
what to
be
do.
whatever our papers say we are.
We
Yes.
can do some reconnaissance once we're there too.
I do appreciate knowing what I am walking into, so
It's usually a good plan.
yes.
Well, I'm pretty tired. I think I'm going to go sleep, take a nap for the night.
Yuki,
You will take
Well-
you will take last watch, I am sure.
no, I mean, I do just like to, have the morning to myself with some tea and my cards, and, last watch is my favorite. So, yes, I would like to, please.
We don't need to maybe tell Marge about watch, but we'll just wake her up in his return.
If you'd like, maybe Marge and I can do watch together so that she doesn't get interrupted in the middle
So
of
she
the
will
night.
go last. Okay.
Yeah.
I do not mind. I can go second if you maybe Gary and Valdeen would like to go first. Is okay?
Valdeen already said he's going to bed. I
okay.
think maybe we
Well, I
switch
mean,
it
I will
up.
do. I will do
have
first
some
watch.
coffee, sure, I don't care.
No, Valdeen, that will
What?
mess with your sleep schedule. You have
Yeah,
to
probably.
take care of your health the same way you take care of your mental health. Go to bed.
All right.
and maybe Bolka.
I will go first. I will wake you up in enough hours.
Okay. Sounds
Who
good.
would like to watch with Bolka? Are we still doing the Vrix?
He visors his brow with the palm of his hand. He kind of like looks at the entire party like, anyone? Any takers? No one wants to hang out with me. Okay.
Fuck me. Yeah. I will. If you
There's a halfling, I think, that will do that for
if
you.
I can be on watch with you. Yes, I can as well. Wherever you guys need us to stick in. Yeah, I mean that's why we're here. Yeah, that's right. And there we go. All the NPCs.
Well, I think Gary will probably go with Valdeen. They've been playing cards and teaching each other languages. And yeah, whoever wants to come with Bolka is okay. Hatch or Kappa or Vrix. I don't know. Vasilisa, she still wants you on her watch? No, she said she's going to take Marge on her watch. So Vrix, you can go, I think, whatever.
And thus begins the watch. We start with Bolka, Kappa, and
Hatch.
Hatch.
Perceptions?
Yeah, let's get perceptions from everyone on your watches. I need 2 perception checks each.
First watch, I got a 17 and a 16. And I would use my watch to talk to Kappa and comfort her a little bit and ask her to help keep an eye on Marge since she knows what she's going through.
Okay, we'll roleplay that in a minute.
Oh, you want more? You want more?
Oh. I mean,
you
if you-
haven't asked enough of
if
me
you-
already
if you-
today emotionally?
Well, if you don't want to do it, just we can not.
No, I came here to play.
You're right.
sucked
You're
so
right.
much
You
life out
said
of
this
me.
is what I do, and that's what happens. And I'm like, oh, well, we can. Well, no, let's. You're right. You're right. It just happens.
I just feel like this episode has already been like an emotional drain on a lot of people. So I was kind of
that's
trying to get
fair.
us to some combat or something.
That's fair. I need everyone
Yeah.
else's perceptions still.
Oh.
You're the next one.
Okay.
Oh, we're rolling all the watches at once.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Okay.
21 for Valdeen.
and your
You get
second,
2 of them.
24 for my second one.
Okay.
Nice.
Vasilisa, Marge, Ghost.
27 for Marge's first. 16 for her second. And Ghost. 16 for Ghost's first. 22 for Ghost's second.
Vasilisa got 6 and 10.
Well, it's a good thing. We're kind of like
Yeah,
Marge
I'm
and Ghost
counting
got
on you
opposite.
to watch.
because Marge's first one is great and Ghost's is not so good. The Ghost's second one is great and Marge's not so
person
good.
has it handled on our watch, I
Somehow,
think.
yeah. 20s at least.
I'm worried we're going to hear strange sounds out of Herbert's hut.
So you want to roll low perception then?
Right?
Vasilisa's deliberately not paying that much. No,
I can see James doing that, making an elaborate chart for everyone to roll on just to see like how much of the masturbating you hear.
that's terrible.
Awkward.
Yeah.
So everyone has their watch. We start in the midst of the night. It's nice and warm. You guys don't need your heavy winter blankets. Maybe some of you leave your flaps open to let a nice breeze come in to help cool you down.
We know Herbert does.
In this nice sort of, oh yeah,
Open
Herbert.
flaps.
Open flaps for sure. Open window, open door policy, open legs.
Just like Bruno Mars.
And we get to our first watch with Bolka, Kappa, and Hatch. And Bolka, what is it that you and Kappa decided you wanted to talk about?
Oh, we wanted to do rich, deep role play about how sad she is. Is that okay?
Here we go. Let's do it. Bolka, I am just so sad.
Oh no.
I miss my husband.
Roll credits. No, I just wanted to tell her, honestly, to keep a lookout, just keep an eye on Marge because she is going through the same thing, and I think she would appreciate someone to relate to in a way that I cannot and many others here cannot help.
I'm getting a call from Sun Ridge Resort.
Ooh, you probably won a free stay.
Yes.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be so much fun. You guys are gonna have a blast. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, you guys have a nice little heart to heart, and it ends with Kappa hugging you.
Oh, that's very sweet.
It is very sweet. And then you guys go and you wake up the next watch. Valdeen, Gary, Vrix.
The bro squad.
Yep. Rolling in.
Valdeen and Gary, you guys have had kind of a rapport growing with your watches. You kind of fall back into the same sort of rhythm. Is Valdeen acting any differently now? You need to let me know.
Yeah,
Is what happened resolving of your night terrors?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was a significant enough adventure to go on to
Good.
Go Herbert.
Okay,
clear
cool.
that up.
So is the interaction between you and Gary and Vrix any different now?
Yeah, I would think with Vrix joining the two of us, because Gary and I have been just the two of us hanging out.
Yeah.
Now Vrix in the mix there.
I like that.
I mean, it's going to be different playing one-handed poker with Vrix joining the game.
Yeah.
Gary's been used to it with one-handed poker for a while.
You're okay with that? Yes, why wouldn't I be? I mean, it just seems kind of weird that, you guys are playing one-handed poker. And Vrix just stares poignantly at Gary's hand with missing fingers and goes, no, Vrix, it is the name of the game. It is not meant as it is a game not made for me in my one hand. It is just called one-handed poker. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
The game's been around for a long time, long before he
Gotcha.
had one hand.
Gotcha.
He has
doesn't
two
mind.
hands. Sorry.
Okay. Cool.
I'm not there, but he does.
Bolka feels resentful in his sleep.
So you guys are sitting. Do you have a fire going?
Ooh.
You don't really need it for warmth.
Yeah.
Finally, for once. You can
Probably
just have
not. I don't
light
think we'd
instead.
have-
You guys have maybe a torch out,
Yeah.
or the moon could be bright enough that it's just nice dim light.
Is it a full moon? Should we be looking out for werewolves?
I think we'd probably have a torch or two, but that's
Okay.
probably as far as we've gone.
Perfect.
If we don't need warmth, yeah.
Awesome. And you guys exist.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, you exist. And you are all sitting there. You're explaining the rules to Vrix. And you kind of take a look around, Valdeen. You hear something rustle. You look over, and peeking out from one of the trees is a wolf.
Hey, Gary, you see that?
Yes.
You see that wolf over there? Right in the tree line, right there.
Yes.
Is that stalking us? Or is it just?
I do not know. You're looking at this wolf, and you see around the neck is a collar. What could possibly be going on? Is this simply Herbert the pervert wearing some BDSM gear polymorphed as a puppy?
Wow.
I sure hope not. It's probably something else. I guess we'll have to figure out what lurks behind the tree next time.
What would be more terrible, though?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Is there anything worse than what I just described?
No.
It's the familiar of a winter witch. Hands down worse.
Oh yeah. I suppose
that's
that.
fair.
Wait, you can have a wolf as a familiar? Like a full-size wolf? What?
Maybe? I don't know. You can have foxes. You can
Who
have
knows
goats.
what James will do?
And then
Right?
we already established it was a full moon and there
You
was
can have
werewolves.
cards.
It's true.
Thank you for listening to the Dimension Door podcast. You just listened to Season 2, Episode 14, The Person Who Did the Thing. This winning title was suggested by our very own Amanda. If you want early access and voting privileges, you can join the ranks of our wonderful patrons. Speaking of, a wonderful and hearty thank you to our executive producers, David Lester and Callie Rose. Our editing and music is by Zac Kreitler, and our bumper tracks are from MDK Music, some spell effects from Syrinscape.